Welcome our dear student of third prep in a new episode of مدرسة على الهواء. Today inshallah we are going to begin a new lesson in a new unit in the second unit, mirrors. Okay, this unit also physics like the previous unit, and the first lesson is mirror. First, what's meant by mirror, and we are going to define the reflection, the types of mirror, and the property of the image formed by the different types of image. Okay, so first of all, when we look in the mirror, what you see your image inside the mirror. Okay, this is due to what? To reflection. This is due to what? Reflection. So what's meant by reflection? This is the first definition in this lesson. Reflection is returning back of light. This means that the light reach the reflecting surface, the mirror, hit the reflecting surface and return back, but in the same medium. First of all, what's meant by reflection? It is returning back or bouncing back of light on hitting a reflecting surface in the same medium. This is the definition of reflection. How many types of mirror we have? We have only two types of mirror. The first type is the plane mirror, okay, and this is what we're going to explain in this lesson. The first type, plane mirror. What's the plane mirror? It is the ordinary mirror that we all have in our home and houses. This is the plane mirror. The plane mirror is a glass, okay, transparent, and we cover it with a silver metal, forming the plane mirror. When you look at the mirror, what you see? Your image. Okay? We are going to describe this image together and found their property. But before describing our image, we are going to say the property of the reflection or the law of reflection. Okay? Let's see it together. Light reflection. What's meant by light reflection? It is bouncing of light in same medium when it meets in reflecting surface. Okay, like this. This is the plane mirror. Okay, this is, we call it the incident light ray. What's the incident light ray? It is the light that fall on the mirror. It hit the reflecting surface and return back. This is, we call it reflected light ray. This is, we call it reflected light ray. But what's this line? We call it normal line or the perpendicular of line. Okay? From this diagram, we conclude that this angle, which angle? The angle between the incident ray and the perpendicular line is called angle of incidence. The other angle, reflected ray, it is called the angle of reflection. The first law of reflection is angle of incident equal angle of reflection. Okay? First, we are going to explain this diagram again. Okay? This is the mirror, reflecting surface. This is the perpendicular line, our line of perpendicular or normal. Okay? The light fall like this. Incident light ray. What's meant by incident light ray? Light fall on the reflecting surface. So it hit the mirror and return back. This light, we call it reflected light ray. What's the reflected light ray? The light which reflects from the surface. Okay, we have two angles, this angle and this angle. Okay, so what's meant by incident angle? Okay, we are going to define it together. drawing again. Instant angle. Okay, what's meant by instant angle? Define instant angle. It's the angle between this ray, we call it instant ray, and the normal. So the name of the angle is similar to the name of the ray. يبقى it is the angle between instant light ray and the normal. What about the angle of reflection? This one, okay, define it. Angle أو angle of reflection. It is the angle between reflected ray and the normal. Okay, so we have now instant angle, this one, and this angle, reflection. Both of them is like the their name is like the ray next to them. Angle of reflection between reflected ray and the normal. Angle of instant between the instant ray and the normal. Okay, the first law of angle of light reflection is the angle of instant equal the angle of reflection. Okay, so we are going to have a problem right now. Okay, this is a diagram. Okay, in this diagram, the angle between the reflected ray and the normal, this one is equal to 50. Calculate angle of instance. Okay, let's see the figure. This angle equal 50. Okay, and we have a law that states that the angle of instant equal the angle of reflection. These two angles are equal. And this is right angle. So 50 minus 90 equal 40 degree. And this is the reflected angle. He needs the instant angle. This one equal this one. This is also 40. يبقى they calculate the angle of instance equal 40 degrees. Okay? This is the problem we have. Okay? So reflection means returning back of light when hitting a reflecting surface. Due to this reflection, we have two rules. The first rule, we call it angle of incidence equal angle of reflection. But what's meant by angle of incidence? It is the angle between incident and normal. Type angle of reflection, it is the angle between a reflected light ray and the normal. Okay, and we are also going to solve more problem about the angle of incidence and reflection. But we have one case. If the incident light ray fall perpendicular, now عندي light ray fall perpendicular on the mirror. Okay, in this case the light will return on itself, so it will fall and return back on itself. Why it return on itself? Because it's fall perpendicular. In this case, the angle of incidence equal angle of reflection equal 0. Both of them will be the same one. Okay, this is inside incident and this is the reflected. Both of them perpendicular on the surface, so the falling on each other, the angle equals 0, so it will reflect on itself. Okay, We have a second law in the reflection states that all the rays, incident and the normal and the reflected, all of the three, are on the same plane. What's meant by on the same plane? On the same level, on the same surface, okay? This surface, what? This surface is perpendicular to the mirror. But if I have a mirror like this and there is a light came out, it will hit the mirror and reflect back. The incident, the light and the normal all on this surface. This surface, what with the mirror? It is perpendicular with the mirror. This is the second law of light reflection. Okay, يبقى what's the second law of light reflection? The second law of light reflection: incident light ray, reflected light ray, and the normal line are all on the same plane, which is perpendicular to the reflecting surface. Okay, let's see it together. The second law: incident light ray, reflected light ray, and the normal at the point incident lie at the same plane perpendicular to the reflecting surface. And this is the experiment we have in the student book. This is a plane mirror, okay, and this is a paper. He may stick a pin as we see P1. This is the pin number 1 and this is the pin number 2, okay. Then he will show their image, these two images in the mirror, and draw the line of the reflected, okay, and calculate the angle. Then after drawing you will find that this is the incident and this is the reflected and the normal. All of the three are on the same paper, yani on the same plane. A plane with the mirror make a 90 degrees, so it is perpendicular to each other, and this is the second law. Okay, now give reason. The incident light ray which falls perpendicular, what's meant by perpendicular? Yani with angle 90 on a reflecting surface reflect on itself. Why it reflect on itself? Because angle of incidence equal angle of reflection equal 0, like this diagram. So it will fall, return on itself. The angle between them is 0. Okay? Plane mirror. Okay, now I want you to have a look at your image facing a plane mirror. Look at the mirror which we all have in our houses or on the barber shops. Okay, while you have a haircut, this is a plane mirror. Describe your image inside it. Okay, look at the mirror and see your image and describe it. First of all, when you see your image inside the mirror, you will find that you are the same in size. It's not smaller, it's not bigger, so the size is equal in size. Number 2, you will find yourself upright. What's meant by upright? You are not inverted. Your head is up and your legs down, the same like you. So number 1 in the property of your image, equal in size. Number 2, the image formed in the plane mirror will be equal in size. Number 2, we said it is upright. Number 3, the image is inside the mirror. Can you hold it outside? Can you receive it or see the reflection on the wall or on a paper outside? No. Your image is inside the mirror. The image which we cannot receive it on a screen or a paper outside is called virtual image. So the image formed by a plane mirror is virtual, means not received on a screen outside. It means it's upright and it is equal in size. If you move away from the mirror, there is distance between yourself and the mirror, say 2 meters, and you move back, it becomes 3 meters. What will happen? Your image inside the mirror, you will also find that your image is getting far away by the same distance. So this means that the mirror is in the middle between the object and the mirror. Mirror in the middle. So the distance between object mirror equals to the mirror and the image. Mirror is in the midpoint between you and your image, the same distance. If you are away from the mirror 2 meters, so the image will be away from the mirror 2 meters. If the distance 3 centimeters, it will be 3 centimeters. Try to link a point outside from the mirror to inside the mirror with your image, okay? Or pointing your finger like this to touch your image inside the mirror. You will find that both your finger, the object, and the image with the mirror making what? Making right angle, means perpendicular. So if I have a line drawing between the object and the mirror and the image with the mirror, you will find it is perpendicular to the mirror. Okay, let's draw it together. Number 1, upright. I'm going to explain the distance. This is the mirror. We must shade the back of the mirror like this, and this is the object. Okay, the distance here is 3 meters. This is between object, this is the mirror. Okay, so what's the image distance from the mirror? It must be similar. يبقى away also by 3 meters. This is the image. This distance equal to this distance. This means that the mirror at the midpoint between the object and the image. Okay, it's equal in size. Okay, let's see it. We have another property in the plan mirror. As we all know, in the street we see the car. We write in it ambulance. Okay, إسعاف is written reversed, not in the correct way. Okay, ambulance is written not correctly but reversed. Why? Because this is from the property of the plan mirror. The plan mirror reverses the image. So when I'm driving in my car and I'm looking in the mirror inside the car, I'll see the car behind me, which ambulance is written on it. I'm going to read it correctly. So why ambulance is written reverse on the car? To be seen correctly by the car in front of it. يبقى الدرايفر in front of the ambulance car will see it correctly. Okay, like this. If we have letter like this R, it will be like this in the mirror. This is, we call it reversed. Okay, or laterally inverted. يعني means inverted from sides. Laterally inverted. Okay, so how many property we have on the plan mirror? Okay, let's say it again. The property of the plan mirror. Number 1, the image formed by the plan mirror is equal in size. The object is equal to the size of the image. Number 2, the image is virtual. What's meant by virtual? Cannot received on a screen outside the mirror. It is inside the mirror. Number 3, the image is reversed. What's meant by reverse? It's inverted from the sides. Okay, but this property made what? This property makes the cars of the ambulance is written reverse, so the driver can see it correctly. The distance between the object and the mirror equal the distance between the image and the mirror. This means that the mirror is at the midpoint between image and object. If you draw a line joining the object with the image, it will be perpendicular to the what? To the plan mirror. Okay, this is the property of the image. Okay, let's write these give reason together. Okay, give reason number 1. amplens written reversed. Okay, why amplens is written reversed? To be read correctly by the driver on the front car. Okay, this is the give reason we have on the plan mirror. Okay, يبقى lesson number 1 unit 2 mirrors. The first definition we have light reflection. What's meant by light reflection? Returning back of light or bouncing back of light on hitting a reflecting surface. We have two laws in reflection. The first law of light reflection and the second law of light reflection. The first law states that angle of incidence equal angle of reflection, and we have a problem on this rule. The second rule of light reflection states that angle of incidence, angle of reflection, and the line of perpendicular all on the same plane, and this plane is perpendicular to the what? To the reflecting surface or the mirror. Then we study or we learn the property of the image formed by the plan mirror. And this means what? Describe your image when you are looking at the mirror. The property were: number 1, the image is equal to the size of the object. Number 2, the image is virtual, cannot received on a screen. Number 3, the object is reversed, like amplens is written reversed. Number 4, the distance between the object and the mirror equal to the distance between the mirror and the image. Then the next property, if we have a line joining between the image and the mirror, is perpendicular. If we have a line joining between the object and the mirror, the object and the image, it is perpendicular to the mirror. There were the property of the plan mirror. Okay, let's see it together. Okay, as we see it, this is the property image. It's very important. Upright, laterally inverted. What's meant by laterally inverted? Means reversed. Okay, like this ABC, you are going to see it in the mirror written like this. Equal in size, virtual. What's meant by virtual? Cannot be received on a screen. Number 5, distance between the object and the mirror equal the distance between image and mirror. Number 6, the straight line joining the object to its image is perpendicular to the surface of the mirror. Okay, we have another give reason. Give reason. Image of plan mirror is virtual. Why image of the plan mirror is virtual? Okay, because it can't be received on a screen. Okay, we in this episode we have covered the reflection, the first law of reflection, the second law of reflection, and what's meant by plan mirror, the property of the image formed by a plan mirror. Until next episode, inshallah, we are going to continue the spherical mirror. This is the second type, and concave convex mirror, and the property of image formed in each cases. Until we meet again next week, inshallah. Thank you for your watching, and goodbye.